Welcome to the Kani stream. This ought to be kept. Opponent has been spotted a week ago, so before the Outburst ban, playing Domina Zoo. Holy macaroni, 2 Tarmogoyf, 2 Omnath, 2 Subtlety. This is not a Zoo deck. Well, pre-heard. I mean, it kind of is, but it cuts Nishova Brawler, which I thought was crucial for the archetype. That said,
he's a
we'll
phenomenal
manage.
control player.
Although 2 salty, kind of broken. I guess Preordain is to support those blue pitch cards. Geist of Centraft, I have missed that. Oh, it's here in the sideboard, alongside 1 Remand and 2 Reprieve. Why don't you play mono Remand when you have subtleties? Wouldn't that be better? There is not a huge amount of difference between Goyf and Brawler, is there? There is not, indeed. Schlumpfi, thank you very much for 53 months of supporting my stream. Oh no, my Mikasin Gardens. That's so bad. The deck seems not to run Stubborn Denial though. We'll do this into Grey Zeros. Into what? Maybe I'm better off playing a Dryad. I'll cast 2 payoffs next turn then. Can block with Grazer and then with Kavu, so it's almost like having the ring protection. If villain wants to tribally flame my Dryad, I'm fine with that. Bolt using the treasure. That is surprising, slightly. Maybe. Villain exile my commercial district. What are the tough matchups for Titan Amulet? It's Blood Moon and Magus of the Moon. If they have sub, I just try again next turn, and the villain has no cards, so villain has to draw a burn spell. And has to be Tribal Flames, can't be Bolt. Okay. They wouldn't have subtlety, right? Chatting. Right. Seems like they indeed wouldn't. Fetch a bounce land here to cast the Onion Ring alongside killing them, just to make sure. And now we're up against Zoo. Zoo tends to hate on Saga spots board. That's all they do. And sometimes they also hate on Pacts, so let's just go with 2 Generous Entos, 2 Hardcast monsters, they block well. Single target removal like Path to Exile. I love to Path to Exile my opponent's Titan. It's not too bad. No, it's pretty bad. But you know, this is a keep. This is where it shows my opponent's hand count and my hand count, I guess. You can also count here, so we don't need that, but it says that they have 6 cards in hand. It's pretty small, but you should be able to see it. They mull to 6 and then they mull to 5. Unless casting a Ragavan. No, casting a Preordained Way fetch land. Sick. 2 top. If you double top, is that lucky or unlucky? Because, you know, it's a question as old as time, I guess, but if they scry top, then they didn't need to scry. But they get a good draw. If they scry bottom, that means they used their card and drew a good card because of it, potentially. Or maybe they just got giga unlucky and drew a bad card anyways. Holy shit, has trample. That is horrible. Let's kill a ley line. Did it just not have... Giganta in their deck at all? I think they didn't. I guess if they play Salty, then they don't. But I got trampled for 1 extra damage for no reason. I guess I want to explore. Like if I shoot like this. Maybe even play End next turn. Why are people playing Approach instead of Chandra again on Lotus Field? Well, my video has the approach lines explained, so even if it's old, you should be able to go back and look at it even though it is old. It has all of it described. But you just cast two tutors to grab the approach, but yeah, some people like to fetch with the Grazer draw. I guess I'll cast the ring. Some people like to fetch with their fetch approach with their Fey of Wishes. We see a yellow remand, okay. Anyone tried Mailing Mage in Domain Zoo? Yeah, often they play it. Next turn I can double ring. Should I have... Like, this is a pretty counterspell heavy deck. Should I have Greed against them? Maybe. Maybe Greed is better than Ants. Oh, that's Trample. I blocked the wrong one. Holy shit again. No, I actually go to 10. That matters. 9 even. Well, I would be at 10. That doesn't matter then. Does the opponent have any hope of defeating this generous end? Unfortunately, I'm afraid they do. Wild Nakatal with 4 suspicious subtlety mana. Phone of Negation. But like I need to beat their sub next turn still, likely. Which is a problem. Ooh, no attacks. That's a sign of strength. Alright, I think I don't beat sub, so I'll some respect for Titanos. Okay, so they are indeed a counterspell deck. I should just, instead of generously ending them, They didn't seem to have like too much Saga punishes either. Fossil Vigor. Vigor Poison? No, they do have a lot. Let's have 2 defense grinds. I think Grazer is pretty strong. No, I guess Revenge I don't want to have too many Summer Spects. I keep. Feel like Sub has doubled in popularity recently.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Sub doubled in
Wow, nearly
popularity.
3 years. Happy to see you playing Amulet Titan consistently.
It's popular because it's strongest Titan, yeah. Dog Dread, thank you for nearly 3 years of subbing to my channel. I appreciate that. This time they mulliganed to 6 and did not mulligan further by putting a ley line into play. I play Saga into defense grind. I'm gonna make a construct. Enduring. Okay, they pitch Fawn, pitching Salty, that's good. Could kill my Saga, but then they set themselves back, so not a huge issue. Territorial Kavu. Holy shit, that's pretty lucky. Don't want to play the Amulet now. Little benefit. I'll jump with the Construct instead. Give myself 5 life. I jump block with my tiny little small dwarf like construct. Villain did discard binding, probably short on mana. They also didn't play a land pre-combat for make the cow 5/5, so clearly missing on mana. Found the land, presumably. Played a wild Nakatal. Play the Ringos. Probably get remanded. Holy shit, they cannot remand because they don't have a blue mana. But they remand anyways. What a choice that was to create a yellow remand. So I'll have a counter for my rain, then, you know, it's gonna be sketchy. Even binding on Amulet is pretty bad. I don't know, how many counters can a peasant have? I play Fog. Fog resolved. Well, I'm glad to see that. Foggers. Omega Fog. Will they find a surveil land to improve their draw? How you thought about it, chat, that if you surveil over a useless fetch land, it's like you drew a card, so it's just kind of insane for a land to say tap, draw a card. Rather ETB, draw a card. Fetchable land. What's that? 4 mana? Force of Vigor on my amulets. Fair. They don't attack, so they want to keep their cards. I draw. Play under fog. Draw. Play Amuletos. Will Territorial Kavu attack now? I copy Amuletos. Villain binds. Eyeball Seju binding. I copy successfully. I play Bounce Landos. Should I bounce DT West? Probably not. I cast Explore. I play Bounce Landos. I play Dryados. They're gonna have sub and then Tribal Flames, then I'll die, but hopefully that's not gonna happen. I want to keep the Dryad on top. Does it help in any way? Let's say I do. Then I bounce Kavu. I have to say Zoe subtlety is much harder than Zoo without subtleties, so I'm like making some major moves here, but It might all be to just die to the 5 damage Baron spell. Which I would prefer not to happen. Titan's such a sick deck. Well, let's see if it's sick enough. Kavu, that's fair. Have another one of those subtleties now? I sure hope not. Bolt is enough? Yeah, but Bolt is also not in their post-board deck, so... I'm not worried about that. Explore is solid. Okay, we beat Counter Magic now. Even if it's another sub. I just power through it. So Greed was pretty good. Made my opponent pitch, you know, the form that otherwise would have countered my ring. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. How many subs they play? Pitch 1 to phone. I mean, I don't know how many. But clearly they play them. So, you know, they did fetch main phase to have 4 mana up for an instant, so... Given that I can freely just afford to play around subtlety here, I'm doing that. Well, around through rather. Seems like they drew all 3. So yeah, perhaps their deck list from a week ago had 3 subs total, 1 in the sideboard, 2 in the main deck. Seems like at least that's the case. Maybe they even have the 4th one somewhere. I have to say it looks pretty reasonable, although Zoo is not the best at using the pitch spells I had to guess, because it doesn't really have card advantage in it. But you know, sometimes you just need to pitch and then like you have Ragavan treasures to hold the leftover. You have Ragavan treasures to hold up your leftover subtlety. Rhinos didn't have card advantage either, TBH, fair, fair. You don't actually need card advantage to have set bound, like, pitch spells, because they are just too good to hardcast. Like, subtlety is better to hardcast than it is to pitch, but you can pitch it. Just don't understand why people don't concede at this point. Well, then your imagination is pretty well endowed, because my opponent did scoop at this very moment. Rhino's card advantage is murdering face. Same for territorial Kavu. But yeah, like you just don't need to pitch the pitch cards. You pitch them in the games where you're flooded with spells, and you play them in games where you're flooded with lands, because it's just a great 4-mana card subtlety. Also, it's a blue monster, so it naturally gets hexproof from Scion of Draco. It probably doesn't matter.
Oof.
I did play the FNM on Wednesday, and I tried to kill a meddling mage with Valakut when Scion of Draco was on the battlefield. Any speculation on the blue MH3 flare? Alright, I have a guess. It's going to counter a spell. And the creature you're going to be sacrificing is Falashi Archaeologist. Alternatively, it's going to bounce a permanent, and the creature you're going to sacrifice is going to be Falachi Archaeologist. Neo Dogaba, thank you for your prime sub. Dirty, sorry, trash, date, knock, out, oops, excuse, do, blast, apologies, dead, defense, pardon, slam, reason, pardon, apologies, sorry, excuse. One away. You can sack anything with Leyline. Builds itself. Sack Orc token. I think it was specifically non-token creature. Also, it's called Flare of Cultivation, and it just literally is Cultivate, so it's probably going to be... Probably the flares are gonna reference spells. But I guess if we go by the green one, the green one is like... It's pretty classic green effect, but it's not like the most classic effect. It's a little bit off the beaten path, so maybe, you know, what else can blue do? Draw cards. You need to expand your horizons. Holy shit, modern horizons. This is great. Expand your horizons, holy shit. This is actually so insidious, like a free spell. I want you to commit resources all out ramping. That's fine, I guess, but... Cultivate, Divination, Murder, Hammer of Bogardan. Holy shit, what's Hammer of Bogardan? I'll deal 3 damage check as your player. What would you cut for it in Titan? I would need to play mana base with like 6 basics. At least. Probably more. I don't know. Like, it doesn't fit into the Titan deck as is. Would need to restructure a bunch. I don't know if it's powerful enough to restructure for it. Would enable splashing kind of more easily, because you can fetch the splash color, but like I board out Grazer every time anyways. Grazer is kind of bad against most matchups. So in the sideboard you would board out Grazer to fit it in, then it's a green card against the Moon decks. Nah. This card is crazy for Scapeshift, makes more sense in Scapeshift, yeah. Lets you play Grazer to interact with Ragavan at like a lesser cost because it's a 2-for-1. Then you can go like Grazer, put a land into play number 2, flare, search for the third land, grab a basic to your hand, turn 2, you can play the One Ring, just start scape shifting. This card will be released on 2024-06-07. Is that January 7th or June 6th? I print Veteran Explorer anyway in Ancient Tomb, you are good, sure buddy. Alright, Dirty, Trash, Knockout, Knock, Blast, Slam. Definitely not January, I mean June or July. We are getting Lumra in August, which can return a Sacred Dryad Arbor. Lumra. Below the Woods. Lumra is as strong as the amount of lands you control, and ETBs mill forward and return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. What set is that? From the World Canada? Holy shit, that is so funny. It's from Bloomburo. The plane where Jace is a fox and everybody is a bear. Holy shit, that's reach. Why is a bear flag with a reach? It has trees on its back. Seems like mini trees because this is like trees around it too. I guess this one has trees on the back, yeah. This is why it's below the woods. Because it's just like in the ground, it's literally the earth. Alright, chat. Whoops. Sorry. Excuse me. Pardon. Kurwa, one away, no. Already guessed that. It's one away. This is also one away. So it's not gonna be pardon. Ja kurwa mać, no. Nie gram w to już. Any ideas? We have one life. Need to open the fake one. Sorry, excuse me, apologies, pardon. One away. Ha, my mistake. Alright. Always excuse the wrong one. Play draw, play date, play defense, play dead. That's good. Play defense. Play the like the Justolina thing. We were wrong. Canister, how have you adjusted Amulet in this meta where everyone thinks that Rhinos doesn't exist anymore, but it actually does? Like this, I actually changed roughly nothing. I think Zoo is popular enough that some cyborg strategy would be, some cyborg cards would be good to have against Zoo, but I can't think of anything. Like, I can't really play a sweeper against them because Kavu is a 5/5. Play dirty. Play date. Play door. Play dead. Yeah, why would you say play defense? Play out of devastation. Why? What's out of devastation? Oh, it's a sweeper, it's not out of promise. I mean, it's a bit like, it's a bit too expensive. Everything here exists or perishes at my whim, including you, Gatewatch. Holy shit. Nicolas Bolas, you're so crazy. Kills Ashok, smiley face. Very true. Trash, slam, blast, out. No, knock. Criticize, blast someone, knock someone down, slam them out, trash them, mark. Defense, out, excuse, reason. Defense, out, excuse, reason. So like you have an out, like you have an out to still win in a game of Magic the Gathering. Play to your out, yeah. Excuse as... I don't know. I don't know how this really... Alibi. Have your out should be your alibi? Sure, sure. Alibi. Yeah, a bit of a stretch. What do you guys think of Psychic Frog? Oh yeah, they banned Outburst because they print Lelia. Of course, I forgot. So at sorcery speed you at least like you will know that how big it is when it attacks you. So all the cards. Oh, it's scary of gremlins. Holy shit, what a card. Emrakul the Warden new is insane. I miss when you played Bruce in between rounds. I'm never playing between rounds. Double queuing is a mind killer. Emrakul is crazy, and Eldrazi will become secretly the best deck once again. This looks so odd. It's not gonna be Ancient Tomb. Why does it have small triangles on the type box? It's a good question. It's just like the frame, special frame, I think. Ancient Tomb, 2 amulets, bounce on Titan. Excited yet? No, I don't like playing with Ancient Tomb. It costs you so much life, I hate playing with it. I don't like to play Ancient Tomb decks actually. No chance the I ban Eye of Eugene, right? Yeah, that's not happening. Shrine of the Forsaken Gods depicts the Eldrazi Titans, but lost to memory as Merfolkian gods, and you can see that this is Ulamog with its, you know, teeth, but it's actually helmet, and also some of the tentacles sprouting from the ground, Kozilek with the funny hat. And here it's Emeria, but it's like, this is Emeria, and those are wings in this imagining. I guess it's easier to see on this art. Kind of. I must be tripping balls because I thought Emrakul looks pretty mid to me, but everyone recons it the shit. I think lots of people are... I posted about Emrakul on twitter.com. Let's discuss that. Let me find my post. And I think it's really strong. And people are saying, how are you getting 6 colors mana? Tron wouldn't even need cookbook, okay. But like many people just post removal spells that kill it, which doesn't matter. And like many people also say, holy shit, that's so many comments. Alright, actually nobody says it here, but I remember people saying, yeah, how does Tron actually want it? Like, how does Tron even cast it? Does Tron want to dilute their deck by playing cookbook for a like medium payoff? But what you... Like, what that fails to capture is that Emrakul seems to me like a card you build your deck around. Instead of, you know, you don't need to fit it into an existing deck. It seems powerful enough to make itself a centerpiece of the deck, where you build around it to support it, and then you know, you start from there, and then you support Emrakul, and that's just so strong. And like, yeah, decks as built don't necessarily fully support Emrakul, but we've seen time and time again that new cards can release and then they have decks revamped around them because they're the centerpieces now. Hot take, Emrakul will not be best in Eldrazi Troin. What does that mean? Ponder, Brainstorm, cool, I like blue decks, but Orc dangerous, some 2 blue, maybe ban. Well, they didn't ban the Bowmasters. They specifically said that they think that Bowmaster is... Well, I watched the stream, but I think Dan specifically said that it's fine for a black card to be a pillar of the format too. And Bowmasters is newer, so it's like harder to accept for some. But so far they're fine with it, and the power level is acceptable. It's like, it is on the watches that, like, which means that they watch it, it's fine. But like, no action was taken because it's actually fine to exist. So, I don't know, that doesn't sound unreasonable to me. I think Emrakul and Asmo will play nice. I think it's going to be hard to support both Asmo's mana requirement and Emrakul. This is just explore and nothing else. I think we can do better on 6. I was right. Let's put back Grazer. Last scene deck of the day. Goryo's Vengeance. So. And blue cards have blue cards obviously have immunity. Like, it is just known that Brainstorm is OP, but it's just gonna be in Legacy. Keep this, seems like a good card to have on top. The best card of the MH3 spoiler is Loelia, and no one talks about that. Plenty people do. Holy shit, they mill Atraxa with the Backstreet. If they reanimate with Vengeance, I'm going to be so mad at Shadowy Backstreet. And blue decks seem to be generally well liked. I think by magicians all around the world. Imagine having Azusa. What would I do with Azusa? Well, not summon her. I don't think it's literally done Muser lacking blue. It's a weird way to frame it. Holy shit, villain has Vengeance turn 2 into Ephemerate? That's so unfair. Can blink Atraxa. I have the ring, so it's kind of a fair fight. I need to pee.
He's a phenomenal control player.
14-month Thoros Canipogas.
Grim, thank you very much. Also the fact that, you know, they acknowledged... Where's my amulet? They acknowledged that the ban... The Paul Masters didn't happen, but just, you know, acknowledge that many have such a desire. I don't know, it doesn't sound unreasonable to me. What they get with the Atraxa triggers? Grief and Fotsis. Ephemerate Martial Solo to touch. Grief Fotsis. Ephemerate. Marsh Flats. Solitude, Touch, Grief, Fotsis. They also said they want to reward the way stickers work IRL. Sure. Otawara, Griselbrand. Holy shit, tracking the shit on Modo is rough. In paper too, probably. Curious. Touch. This exiles the ring? That's crazy. I think the frustration is that the anti-brainstorm card is at its best alongside brainstorm. Such is life, indeed. Like, that's it's gonna be true. Just go as a Griselbrand, getting a shit ton of life, can throw their entire deck. I don't know if I went through that. Maybe I don't. Played Otawara. I'll let my opponent attack me for a 14 and then like... Probably... I don't know. Just gain 14 extra. What's the ephemerate? My hands get discarded. Then I probably need to free the ring. I think my opponent's skillfulness when it came to flipping Traxa was a bit too much. I think if I draw well on my ring, I can win. Because the best I can do is they can kill my amulet and destroy my hand, but I'll still have stuff left over. Because villain like can draw their deck, but like there's nothing in their deck, right? Well, then I guess I'll have to beat like 3 solitudes too. Which maybe will prove to be impossible in the end. Like let's say they playing Griselbrand, they keep... But then they don't kill my amulet. We'll see. They don't want to draw further. Interesting. I can hit my ring if I try to draw now. Not interested. Fair. Titan. I think my opponent wants to keep a soul to the ephemerate, thinking they can't lose or something. I guess I can touch my amulet now. Maybe I made a mistake. Not an issue. Maybe villain will turn out to have a yellow remand in hand. Could have played on the ring. Amulet. Probably should have. Actually might be kind of fatal not to do that. Because now I can't Mr. Beast ever. Ay. I mean, I drew 4 cards with rings, so like I top decked, yeah, I guess. Messed up though. Oh, I can't win now. Should play my 4 amulet. I need the 4 amulet to win here. Well, to have a shot at winning. Now I have no window to play the 4 amulet. So there's one more way to solve it. It's to Mykosin Gardens Grulturf. Of course, my opponent can just use their card finally Touch of the Spirit Realm, but hopefully they will not do that. Yeah, they're just not interested in touching ever. Now the touch line is more straightforward. What's the touch line? Okay, I survive. Well, do I? No, I do. No way you can tab ring copy like that. Yeah. You need like Mykosin Gardens to enter the battlefield tapped. It's and like it was only good when you have 3 or more amulets, so it's not common, but it's available. Best I can do this turn. Not too great, but aye. Powerful turn, kinda, not really. So I'm assuming solo to the ephemerate. Playing attacks again. You don't get protection, yeah. I got protection from the one I cast. But of course you don't cast it, so you don't get protection. Oh, I guess they kept touch to pitch to have solitude. They bling attacks now. They decided to draw way fewer cards with Grizzlebrand than I expected. Flapped Gorayos. Ephemerate. How many ephemerates? There is 2. They flipped an extra one, so it's probably deeper in their deck. And it's impossible to tell. Keep track of all this shit. Don't love the aspect of like reveal 40% of the deck and then like ask villain to keep track of that. Choose Ephemerate, Prismatic Ending, Grief, and Pull at Delta. I guess they can Grief and draw step Grief. That's fine if they draw step Grief. Kill one of my amulets, only leaving me with 3. Sad. Black, blue. Elo. No siema. I only packed it once on the previous turn. I probably shouldn't have made 2 titans. I don't know, maybe it was fine to make 2 titans, make them spend an ephemerate. We'll see, we're gonna have the mirror pool in play. Some protection, Mr. Beast. Then 3 dryads that can each individually kill. Kept mana up. Jeden, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Time for Mr. Beast. Holy shit, I probably will keep priority the entire turn to like make sure they time their funky spell correctly. Only have 2 dryads left. Let's see if I can win through their protection. I probably can. Holy crap. How do you take turns like that in paper? In paper it's much easier. Just like put the lands into play and then you like all untap them at all the ones you say like I add 15 mana to my mana pool. Like it's so easy in paper. Like what's the problem, right? Just put the lands in a pile separate and then you say alright, those on top. Untap them once, say okay, I add like 24 mana. Untap them, tap them once again, 48, and like you tap the last few you want to tap before bouncing, you write down 55 mana and you just go from there. And I ask my opponent, do you want me to keep track of the colors? And they typically are intimidated and they don't care. My opponent just nods. Well, what else are they supposed to do? If I win this, it's like solely because my opponent didn't take the opportunity to touch my ring to stop me, but I guess he didn't know my hand, kinda. It's probably pretty obvious that they should have. Holy shit, it's so slow. Really no time for game 3. Well, it's game 1, but like, you know, won't have time for game 3. Yeah, I don't use dice when playing Amulet ever. I just write down my mana. It's like you don't produce mana in a way where I find that you don't produce mana in a way where I need dice. Like in Lotus, it's much easier to track with dice because your mana changes a lot and you like cast spell on tap, you like add 6. Then that's easier to represent with the dice, but so much counterplay. Well, my opponent had plenty of counterplay, they just didn't take their opportunities. Maybe I should just ask them on the forum to add in auto stack Amulet triggers, just to like have an option, some like option that you toggle. Where's my ring on taps? I'm gonna so much better at piloting Amulet thanks to your video. Thank you. Enjoy. Oh, holy shit. I'm missing on tap. It doesn't actually matter to float all of that mana. Whoops. I missed a haste on Mr. Beast. It's fine. Fire and war. Oh! Oh! Where's Vesuva? Here. Marco Tech, I don't know what you're talking about because I'm going to win this game extremely easily. Ice reveal. Cool. Never had an easier game of Magic the Gathering. Copying Razor would have been better for content, but slower for triggers, so... It's kind of spooky that I only have 3 Dryads in my deck today. Slightly higher chance that I run out of threads, but... Like, in paper, If I then wouldn't be constrained by model, I would probably could make every creature I had left lethal. Too, so that would have been pretty good. Don't like defense greed. Can just hit there. The animation, then they can't even get to the point. Damn, this song bangs. Canister's password is Hideo Kojima is genius 123. Come on, don't post it. Those games will be uploaded on YouTube later on. Quite likely. I have Otawara. Not Otawara, I have Saga Grit Endurance. Kind of doesn't do anything though. Can't even cast Endurance. What size there? Take my amulet without thinking. I did once accidentally post my integer password in a Twitch chat while copy-pasting it from the password manager. How did that story end? I changed it and nothing happened. Cool. It would be a little bit unfortunate if my opponent Goraios when I don't have turn the earth mana, but Griselbrand the graveyard. Holy shit, brace yourselves. Nope. Okay, Falaji's fine. 2 Griselbrands in the graveyard. Can get Bog. Because I can't really make a construct anyways. RFMite. Emrakul. Why did I Bog? No spell. Flip Emrakul. That's funny. Grief, Gorayo. Okay, so now they can have Gorayo. Villain pooked. Took Gorayo, okay. Semrakul idea is kind of weird. NGL, agree. Let's see if they sewer an Emrakul into the graveyard. Nope. Top deck. Maybe they can have double Guraya to play around my turn the earth. No, they discarded a Guraya. Maybe I should have picked up Bog. Do I feel that Bog is still good in the meta, Kani? Well, I've seen Living in the X5 also. Yeah. I think Bog is fine against Merktide if you play with Sweeper, Scat Saga. Like it's still a land, so it's useful. Failed to mill a creature again. Game is looking fine. If the face plays Taunt, I still go face. Okay. Traxa Emrakul. Well, maybe they have double. Let's play around double vengeance. Gonna bounce Emrakul with Otawara. Just like that because they still get the Atraxa. They like vengeance Atraxa now. I guess they can also Otawara. They can also protection from spells. No one. No, I can't ephemerate Emrakul. Touch Emrakul. Okay, maybe that's a tiny bit awkward. I think they grabbed the touch earlier, right? So we actually knew about it. I can just take a hit from Emrakul, that's fine. Would have expected that. Well, as I said, it's a pain to crack all the cards. Like, we get hit by an Emrakul and then so what, right? It's no problem. Then my opponent dies on the subsequent turn. Well, I had turned the earth, but I was wondering what happens if my opponent has double vengeance. Then I would die. 5 minutes. Chad, I'm winning this game. What are you talking about? Please. I'm clearly ahead right here. Like, villain has one card in hand. What are they supposed to do? Don't really want to draw that. Skip. Scrape the bottom. That would be nice. +1/+1 counter on Falaji. This card is so good. Falaji Archaeologist is so insane in that deck. Throw it at him, not me. Is an Emrakule non-bow with their deck. It does have a certain degree of awkwardness. So you could shuffle ourselves to not draw Hanweir. That's exactly what we did, yeah. Puts a +1/+1 counter on it again. What a card. I think Solitude is actually pretty bad in their deck. It's like, it doesn't show up in most games where you actually win. So I think it probably should have been voted out. Because, like, not really solituding Titans, are you? Can have Otawara up. I guess I can just cast it +4, and that's what, 12? Miss Sinceri likes Slayers more because of more mirrors. I don't understand that. What makes Slayers better in a mirror? Because you still win, and in fact in the mirror I prefer to have the option to kill through ring. And it's just been better all the, like... I don't remember noticing that I lose any game because I had mirror pool, but I had mirror pool be in my hand and be good many times. I should have kept 2 mana for turn the F, yeah, whatever. I clearly didn't have anything left. And I had to force, well, you already forced the Falaji block. Prosgoraz is so bad, it's pretty bad I think, although game 1 my opponent definitely threw. Yeah, upkeep copy with Valakuts wins through the ring protection. And then also just utility is much higher. I think the best way would be, like, what would be ideal would be to cut Kessig Wolfram somehow. And I've seen a list that actually cut Kessig, and unfortunately it all then requires you relying on Vesuva as a normal card instead of like an extra thing. Citadel functions as a combo piece instead of Kessig while being a better overall card. I needed a second Vesuva but didn't realize it till after submission. Earthquake was great, 10 out of 10 over Storm's Wrath. Earthquake is probably fine, but I can't get over how it deals damage to you. I really don't want my sweeper to deal damage to me. What are you doing as setup on a Titan turn? Well, you need double Amulet, and then you just don't use your Mirror Pool, and you play a huge Mr. Beast, play your deck out. Just play Mr. Beast, save your Mirror Pool. You do not understand Quake over Wrath. Well, it is 1 red, which is okay, but also double red is not really an issue. And then, like, Dismember sucks so bad because it costs you life, and this is also an issue, so... Double Amulet, no spare mana. Titan ETB, you get Simic and Citadel. Citadel is Sunken Citadel. It says this cave. Also gains you 4 life with Spelunking. So you ETB with Titan, you Simic, and you get Syngrove Chamber and Citadel. No, you get like either. Plus Mirror Lake, activate. If you have Deeps in deck, can't do this again. Pick up Vesuva in here somewhere. Titan copy ETB, Citadel on red plus Hanweir, haste both, leaving Citadel untapped. So you tap your Citadel for double red, use Hanweir twice, and you have an untapped Citadel. Titan attack triggers, TOS plus Citadel on blue. How many Citadels do you like play? It's 1 Citadel. How do you... Takanuma, wow. How do you use all of those Citadels though? So you just get a bounce instead of Citadel the first time. Then you get Citadel. The Titan attack triggers TOS plus Citadel. Bounce plus Valakut pick up TOS. So you have bounce, TOS. So you had Citadel untapped, but you had to copy Citadel. So you realistically need like 2 Vesuvas in your deck or to perform the combo, and then your base combo uses Vesuva, so it defeats the point of Vesuva. So it actually just so many more slots, and then it relies on Dryad, which is just not always what you want to be doing. Sometimes you want more power in your Titan swing to force your opponent to interact, and then you finish them with the Dryad. Holy shit, it's Diablo XCC. Let's keep. We just won a bounce land. So I think cutting Kashyyyk Wolfram would be really good. Just will it happen? Like in a functional way. To prismatic ending. I want to transmute for anything, like under pact. Seems like a no counter magic deck, so I could just like double pact for. Probably I don't want to transmute. Get to Titan next turn with Poseidon up anyways. I keep Forest in my hand for when Amulet gets destroyed, but I have Boseju for that. Dryad bounce land coming in MH3. What does that even mean? Dryad bounce lands. Seek the Beast. It's a mid-range deck. Counterspell pre-order. Holy shit, he's playing Counterspell Seek the Beast. What a combination. If I knew it was a grinding deck, I probably would have fetched Saga to play Saga. He just passes with Counterspell, then seemed good to do. Bounceland can fetch of Pact. Oh, I see. Yeah, assuredly that's going to be released. Irritation. No, cast Questing Druid. Mark Tobias. It sure does seem like we're playing against Mark. Okay, let's just start casting Titans each turn. Oh, so what about Cavern of Souls? What about it? Very clearly he had Counterspell earlier, so expecting that to happen. Lamar. Any subtleties? No. Okay. I top. What he play? Bolt preordain? Sure missed that Cavern of Souls. Holy shit, I would have caverned so hard. Top you lose? I don't think so. It's quite 2 bottom with preordain, so he has no counterspell for sure. DCR. Can have unholy heats for my titans now. That would be sad. Dress down main deck and he throws it away. That's crazy. Then he considers. No, he has counterspell. We flipped one with questing druid, so. I mean, what harm can a single stomping ground do though? Oh, there's no second subtleties on Holy Heat chat, it's obvious. You are really this bad at taking the hint.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Alright, I think I die. If you keep a card on top, no, mill to a graveyard. Mill the preordain, that's a bit weird because, like... I guess you are looking for a heat, you don't have the heat yet. Put the card on top, alright, we died. No one holy heats, you say? Well, I didn't say that. I don't think I Storm's Wrath. Alright, skip Enduro.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Guys? Can I slice some potatoes? Okay. Thanks.
Thank you for slicing the potatoes. It was very, very nice, very kind of you. This is weak to Ragavan, doesn't have a follow-up, has a Titan, drops an amulet and then chills. You can do better. If this is not better, then I don't know what it is. Oh no, pick your poisson. They've cut all these sagas. Pick your poisson is broken. It's pretty strong. I'm not sure if I would necessarily call it broken, but it sure feels like when I'm getting this. Oh, Pierdolę. Probably shouldn't have played my
He's a
saga on turn
phenomenal
1.
control player.
For the
Let me
on the
help you,
offense I
Bobby.
draw Mikosint. So 1 mana kill Merktide. It is broken. That is true. They do enjoy killing Merktide. It's funny because you'd think a Merktide player would like the card Merktide, but they actually hate it. All they want to do is to kill it. Bro, just countered my Explorer Lamau. Still, it's gonna be rough. I'll pick my poison again. I expected that. Holy shit, didn't even ask me. Just took it from me. I will not let you counter my spell. I go out on my own terms. Cringe. Do people ever play Blood Moon anymore in Timur decks? So I know that some people are just insane and they do. Let's look at 35th place in the Prelim by IB through a 1-3 result. Not a single moon. Yeah, so you could just simply I think adding Blood One is reasonable because a lot of Titan players have Pip. I think almost no Titan players have Pip. 2 picker poison, okay. Two Legions and holy shit. 3 Leyline of the Void, what a deck. Well, Moon and Magus is the same, chat. When I say Moon, I mean Magus. Hibernation, holy shit. Is that really good in Amulet? You sure about that? Pit of Offerings? I mean, almost no one plays Pip in Amulet, so it's just not true to say that people play Pip in Amulet because they don't. I did think of playing it, but it doesn't help against Magus, so I'm not gonna like play removal. It doesn't kill Magus because just removal is not particularly good in Titan. I used Hibernation at SCG Philly in Merctide, and every time I saw it, I won. Okay, but it's also like Merctide is a blue deck, not a green deck. Thoughts on Greed since Violent Outburst ban. People play the card Subtlety, need to beat it. No other way, no better way than Greed. Those are my thoughts. So I guess if people play Pip, making superfluous artifacts would be good. So like anything that creates food tokens or investigates is solid. Better. Not that you have many options. Interesting. Chases on is worded. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains first strike. Dot investigate, and this is like destroy target artifact or enchantment, and then it has a second ability that says investigate. Gilded Goose. Hollow Scavenger. Curious Pair. Brandywine Farmer. Wealthy Peasant. What are you looking for? For incidental food creators, because there's probably nothing available but They actually line up pretty well against a commonly played card now. Pick your poison. Many partings, yeah, that's kinda the best. Many partings, where is it? It's probably not good enough to play, but it's pretty funny. Yeah, Gingerbread Cabin would be reasonable in a deck that can support it, maybe. Well, Saga gets sacrificed to pick your poison, so you bought it out because they 1 mana land destruction is a bit too bad. What else is there? Food, clue, treasure. I guess green cards are not well known for making treasures. Holy shit, Gleaming Barrier just beats Pick Your Poison so badly. Swingers of Moria. Create a treasure token, amass orcs too. Nice. Sleeping on Tearless Tracker. No, Tearless Tracker I know the existence of. Jetmir's Fixer, I barely knew her. Oh, and you know what would be good against Sacrifice Enchantment? It's not really, you know, it's not plausible to make it work, but Oath of Nissa would be funny. Like Oath of Nissa that protects artifacts and not enchantments, so you just want to like protect your ring or greed if you can do that at low cost. What about an artifact enchantment? Yeah, what about it? At most these colors, and let's say enters the battlefield. Legal in modern. Type line artifact. Do I think cavern is needed in main board? I don't. I mean, like, you can infer that from the fact that I don't play Cavern of Souls, but maybe you can't, and then I can help you. Hungerbug Walker owns Pick Your Poison. What are my thoughts on Explore versus Growth Spiral? Count the number of blue sources in my deck and then only speak to me again after you do that. Holy shit, Acor Wellspring demolishes Pick Your Poison. Yeah, I guess Chromatic Star is probably like amongst the most reasonable cards. Lembas. Yeah, Lembas kind of too. Colony Gam, 4 mana. When ETBs return 2 lands you control their owner's hand, add 2 mana of anyone called to your mana pool. Why? How would you do that? So I guess playing Chromatic Star over Generous End would be like an adaptation to pick your poison. But I don't think it's reasonable to actually play, so I'm just gonna have to live with that. The fact, like, you still would need to board out your saga, so like you'll board out your saga against poison too. Just like you did versus Moon, and then like can accept that your artifact's trade, and sometimes an amulet is going to be the card you can board out. We can trade for the pick your poison. Chromatic Star helps with casting Growth Spiral. So like, I'm playing 3 Explorers and a 4/1 in the sideboard. Like, I will play the better version of the effect rather than the worse one. That's why I play Explorer and not Growth Spiral. That should be pretty self-explanatory, honestly. Also, I have to say that like some amulet lists out there are playing like up to 11 bounce lands. I cut down to 8. I don't think I've been missing them all that much. Traveling Vestige is like half a bounce land in some of the draws to accelerate you, especially post-board when you want to like keep making your land drops instead of bouncing the same land over and over. So Vestige into bounce land can like act as having drawn 3 bounce lands. But then also like I just save my bounce land for later and it works out pretty well. Also when I go turn 1 Saga, turn 2 Saga, sometimes I want to play Ring on turn 3 and then having Vestige over a bounce land is much better because I don't have to bounce back the bounce land or the Vestige. You missed round 3, what happened? I died to Mark Tobias countering my spells and I failed to assemble anything, unfortunately. I traded my land for Pick Your Poison. Yes, instant speed doesn't matter, especially like it doesn't matter as much as the fact that it's literally uncastable.
He's a phenomenal control player.
New month, same old sub.
Do I think Yogg is unfun to play? No, I don't necessarily think that. See, fine deck, normal deck, it's okay. I'll take it back from break, see you in a few minutes. Villain has been last spotted playing crouching
He's a
footfalls.
phenomenal control player.
An amulet, also known as a good luck charm or phylactery, is an object believed to confer protection upon its possessor. The word amulet comes from the Latin word amuletum, which Pliny's natural history describes as an object that protects a person from trouble. Anything can function as an amulet. Items commonly so used include statues, coins, drawings, plant parts, animal parts, and written words.
Wait, anything can function as an amulet? That changes everything for my deck. It's actually a huge deal. Can my hand with battlements act as an amulet? I sure hope so. And also thank you FlxX for subscribing. Wow, Charlotte's Agent. Flipped. Force of negation. Okay, let's make a prediction. Match prediction. 30 seconds. Will villain won the ring? Yes or no? Predict. Place your points. Villain didn't. Will villain go land, ley line my ring, play more arenas? No, suspend outbear, suspend Rhinos, play agent, that's fine. I mean, I say fine, but actually I am shooting my pants, but I need to draw something in my free draw steps now. That's not something. Oh, that is not something either. 16, 18, 18, 20. So we do die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 17. Yes. Although I can Bosserju an agent. That's a start, but holy shit, they nerfed Rhinos, but it's actually still the best deck ever. That's insane. No trade binder, hopefully not. No Fire Ice. Fire Ice kills me too. I guess I draw first. I think. Only 9 mana, unfortunately, so I died to subtlety. Fuck those green creatures. Holy shit, John Stark. Stop with the hate. Is it time to start running Void Mirror, lol? It is in fact not the time to start running Void Mirror. When's the deadline for summoning a decklist for Prague? I don't know. Personally, so can be of no help. Canister, why Kessig over Sunhome? Because Mirror Pool is better. I am going to Prague, yeah. I'm gonna Prague real hard. Why is Endurance in my deck? That's not supposed to be there. Where is Prague in 2 weeks? Salty just everywhere, sad emoji. Yeah. Free counter magic. Extremely strong. Oh, this can be fine. What is 10 DR for? It's the best against Goraios. Functions well enough against Living End too. And Mill. But it's mostly Goraios. There is a lot of Goraios in the format. It cannot be taken by Grief, so it's very strong. Yeah, it's in Modern. Need to draw like a bounce line into the Onion Ring. I guess just a bounce line is gonna be pretty good. Although unfortunately I have drawn the Battlements, but that's fine. Maybe Villain is gonna bind. Scion of Draco, sure. Hmm.
He's a phenomenal control player.
So I prefer not to copy if I draw Crumbling Vestige. Thank you for your great videos, learned a lot. Enjoy! I hope you'll take your knowledge and utilize it well. Ardent player, that's good for me. We just need any land to cast Storm's Wrath and a bounce land to win. And Crumbling Vestige to win too. Ooh, that is not pretty. You do what you got to do. Oh, Lotus Petal, yeah. Opponent has Dispute in their deck post board. That doesn't signal a sideboard that's like very well equipped to handle Titan. The worst would be if my opponent like plays Rhinos and binds my Amulet, then I struggle, but hopefully that's not gonna happen. Playa, mill over a binding. They might have Boseju too. I probably was supposed to upkeep Summoner's Pact for a bounce land because like I need a bounce land to play, but like, I just kind of unlucky draw, I think. I mean, we kept a pretty rough one and then like failed to draw out of it. Unlucky really. 2-2 this time. There's almost no Magus now, so maybe you could go back to not playing the Storm's Wrath if you were to come up with alternative cards that do stuff. That said, it also is a Yawgmoth card. Maybe I'll cut the third one and I'll only play 2 for now. But having the third Cascader was very tough. I mean, that's like very well within normalcy for them to have Cascaders. Just needed to draw like a bounce land or like a land into a land to get there. Thoughts on the white versus red splash? The red one is natural and like it gives you Magus answers. White is... I don't quite get it. Maybe I'll play a Prelim with Elishno on my sideboard in my main deck, but it doesn't make much sense to me when I'm trying to make sense out of it. And the white splash is just kind of useless against many decks. If you play against Yawgmoth, Murktide, or Scam, it just doesn't do anything. Tron, it's just like Elishnon is kind of blank. Thoughts on running Dismember over Ferret Draft? I think Dismember is a bad card to play. Like, I just don't want to be playing a removal spell that pays me life. That costs me life. It's too bad in a deck that's so centered around the One Ring. Was World Soul's Rage 2 meme in the end? I only tried it a little bit and just didn't seem like a serious inclusion at all. Elishon might be easier to answer than Araf too. What? Sure. Only thought that it being a creature actually cannot be targeted by Haywire Might, so maybe your leg has been pulled. One of the supposed upsides of Elesh Norn is that once she's on the battlefield, Elesh stops all the subtleties from working. Sure, and bindings. I never feel much threatened by binding in with Amulet, but of course you can like. It's even better when it actually doesn't do anything rather than when it's just weak to Boseju. But it's still like if you Elesh Norn and your opponent has made Rhinos twice and they attack you through that. Can you please elaborate on third explore over fourth Dryad? I don't like playing many dead end ramp spells, and explore draws a card, this doesn't. Force of Vigor has been good for you against Rainbow Rhinos. Okay. Then that's an interesting experience too that you had. I mean, what you need to do to win is to draw well, and unfortunately I failed in this game. I drew my one of Grazer to Pact 4, I drew a Pact early, which I bought 2 copies of, and then I like drew Grids and Amulet without drawing One Ring or without drawing either a non-Boseju land plus an extra land or a bounce land to, or even a Crabbling Vestige to win this game, so. I think this game was not an indication of the necessity of changing the build, and then if we investigate game 1, then I think my point was on the play too, so it's just that. Yeah, Villain was on the play, so if Villain wasn't on the play, then I play my Titan without being DOB on board, I think. So then they salty, they don't kill me, and then I play Titan again. They need the second one. Thoughts on the Asmorano Mardi Kada Isinakulda card decks with or without Insidious Roots? No thoughts on them. Is this a thing that pops up in Modern now? Is that a thing that shows up? Insidious Roots sounds pretty cool actually with Daredevil, but it's even more cards that are blank until they aren't, and this deck suffered from that like pretty badly already. Stalactite Stalker. Looks like a spike deck. Pick your Poison. Alpine Moon, pick your Poison, Haywire Might. Okay, bro, I get it. I get the message. I'll pour out my sagas. Force of Vigor. Holy shit. Legacy Prelim question mark. Very good question. I will not play it though. Dokochi Silencer. Deals command damage to a player, you may discard a creature card when you do destroy target creature or planeswalker that player controls. Why is it in the deck? Four Gorayas but 2 Atraxo and Emrakul? Do you search for them somehow? Nope. Yes, Traverse. Insidious Roots. I guess you can hardcast Atraxa with Insidious Roots somewhat easily. You trigger it 3 times, you get like 3 extra dorks. My what? Where does he have a rush, chat? Where does Bill have a rush? I think if there is no record, it means they dropped before even started. Yeah, I think so too.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Thanks for the fighting stance picture at the PT.
Enjoy. I hope you look at it often and cherish your memories. Was Tobias on the play against us? Anyone remembers? I think Tobias was on the play too, so I guess I just went 2-2, but I was on the draw. If I were on the play, I would have won. Okay, now I feel good. Thank you for watching today's stream. Deck is perfect. And we solved most of the matchups. I don't know when I will be back. I will play the LCQs next week, but I'll probably try hard them off stream a little bit. Like the modern LCQs right here. Vintage LCQ. Pioneer, Legacy, Vintage, Legacy, Modern, Vintage, Pioneer, Modern, Modern, Pioneer, Modern, Pioneer, Legacy, Vintage, Modern, Legacy, Pioneer, Modern. I have the points to play in all of them, so I'll play many. Can you stream later? Not really. So you will be missing the stream, Lizard. I'm extremely sorry for that. So thank you for watching, broskis, and thank you for the subs. I wish you a happy rest of the evening or afternoon or morning, I guess, even. And I hope you're going to have a nice weekend.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Take care.